doodly one and all. Just wanted to come by and share with you what's on my desk today, which is a little bit of a mess for me. I'm just encasing some of these beautiful book pages from a Reader's Digest book, and I just thought that the images were beautiful. Like here, wouldn't it be lovely to write on top of that? But I didn't want to spoil the picture, so what I thought about doing was encasing them in a piece of vellum. Now I know this is nothing new, you know. I know that I've forgotten her name. Treasure Books, forgotten her name. Did something similar with cereal packets a while ago. But also the images on the back, I didn't want to just cover them with coffee dyed paper. I mean, that's just too pretty, and it's too pretty to cut up, so I wanted to keep the page whole. So this is what I did this morning. Let me move that out of the way. So I just encased it in a piece of vellum, but you could use tissue paper as well. It's not glued to the actual book page. So anyway, I'll show you how I've done it. I've just made myself a brew as well. So let's do that one. Okay, and I want a sheet of vellum. Now I'm using vellum as opposed to tracing paper because I like the sturdiness of this. But you've got to be careful when you're ordering vellum. It can show you mottled paper because that's also called vellum. So if you put in translucent paper. So all I did was I folded it in half. Just finger pressed it. Now this is too big to put inside. If I show you, look, it's just too big. So I need to trim that down. And I want to trim down the sides as well as the top and bottom because the sides are a little bit raggedy. Raggedy Annie. I haven't got a clue who Raggedy Annie is like, but something I made up. As is most of my vocabulary. Okay, let's just test that. So I want to leave a little bit of a border. Perfect. Okay. Now, as I say, I'm not going to glue this in place. I'm just going to roughly position it where I want it to be. Make sure that I've got sort of an even border around 3 of the sides. Now it's too long this way, but I can trim that down. So I think just a fraction higher, and I think we're good to go. Okay, border, border, border. All right, I'm going to take this over to the sewing machine because I'm going to sew. I'm going to zigzag around all 4 sides right on the edge of the paper. So I'll be back in a second. So I've zigzagged all the way around. I'm just going to trim off this edge, trying to keep the border around about the same as the other sides. And then corner chomp. I always forget how to use this. Hang on. There we go. And I'm using the 1/8 of an inch. I just think that sometimes with beautiful books is you get a bit scared about using them. Edith Holden, prime example. The pages are just too beautiful to rip out of the books, and a lot of you are afraid to do that. Well, at least this way you're using the book page and preserving it as well. Okay, next I want to add some stickers on the front and the back. Now I've got these stickers here. I don't like them because they're shiny, and I hadn't realised that when I purchased them, but they fit in with the theme of wild hedgerows. So, and I mean, you could stamp on these as well if you use your stays on inks. I think maybe something like that. Don't want anything on the opposite corner. No, I think I'm just going to have this corner. Okay. So, yeah, so you could do stamping on it. You could do stenciling on top, but you need to be careful about the inks that you use. Ooh, that was a quick first. Normally they're quite difficult to take off, those. So you could put coffee rings on. You could even put like lavender or something inside, but that's not very conducive for writing on top of. I mean, really, it's just a case of, with anything that we make for our journals, it's just a case of using your imagination, thinking about what you've got, and then doing something with it. Okay, burnish those down. And then I want to chop off the excess here down to the stitching. And the same with that side bit there. And the other thing I think I want to add on top, it might be a bit too big. I'll have a look, see if I can find a smaller one. That's it, all just fallen on the floor. Okay, I was gifted these this ticket book, a Tim Holtz Ideology ticket book, and I like the idea of having a ticket on the side, because then you're grabbing the ticket and not getting your finger marks all over the vellum. I'll find one in a minute. I think the one's at the back. There we go. These little square ones. Ink it up. Fold it in half. Because this is because of where this is going, I don't want to add the ticket at the top because there's not enough room where it's going to go. So that's why I'm going to attach it onto the side here. But you do you and put it wherever you like. Okay. About there. And I'm also going to add a staple, not because I don't trust the glue, I just think it adds a little bit of a textural thing. Okay, and then I'm going to flip it over. Ooh, do I need one on the back? I don't think I do. Whereas with this one, you see, because it was all writing, it looked nice with the image on the back. And of course you can write on the diagonal on here, so it kind of covers over the lettering or the text. I don't think this needs one because of this image here on the back. So all I need to do, I think it does need something on this side. Ooh, empty backing. Yeah, I want something tall. Okay, put the tall one on. And who amongst you sits with your tongue out or holds your breath whilst you're trying to separate this acetate backing off these stickers? They're a real bind sometimes. But once you get it going, it's fine. Okay. Because it's such a big page, I think that I can get away with having two lots of stickers on. Burnish that down. Right, I'm off to find a ticket and a charm. Picked out a couple of labels, not quite sure which one. So I could put that one down there. It's too big to go over that side. I think it's too big, that. And then I've got this one, which I think goes quite nicely with it. Yeah, we'll put that one on. Let's ink it. Inky rinky dinky do. Tell you what would look nice, actually, thinking about it, is if you did an embossed section, because embossing on vellum looks lovely. So you could do an embossed section or a corner or a couple of corners. That would look good. Okay, bit glue. Might have to make a few of these. I mean, the only disadvantage is that vellum costs a lot of money, but I do like the sturdiness of it. Maybe I need to do a couple with tracing paper. See how that turns out. That can go on there. And then I just want to add a charm on the corner here. I'm just going to separate the two threads from where I stitched. And I've got these butterflies, which might look quite nice. That would look quite nice over there, wouldn't it? Oh, decisions. I've got these leaves. I think I could add two of these leaves. Just have a look at the placement. Actually, I think I'm going to add both. Why not? Okay, so I'm just going to try. Bit of spit always helps. And thread this cotton through. Come on. Play nicely. It's like threading a needle, this. Okay, then getting the other thread and wrapping the two together and knotting. So it means that that leaf, don't want the two on together. Yeah, I do. I do. Okay. Separate them up again. Okay. Then wrap that round. So I'm doing two at the same time. Two strands of thread at the same time. And then popping them through that loop. And then I can trim off the excess. Then I'll dangle down there. Glossy accents. I absolutely hate the Glossy Accents bottle. The tube splits, it gets clogged up. I have to see about decanting it into another bottle. Okay. Leave that there, don't move it. Well, that's it. I mean, how easy is that? But it means that I've not lost the imagery on the front and on the back. I can write on it. So yeah, writing diagonally across there, and I'm not losing the image. So win-win situation, I think. So I'm quite pleased with those. I'm going to go off and go and make another couple of these. But yeah, I mean, the possibilities are kind of endless, really, aren't they, when it comes to book pages? Okay, I'm going to go off and play. Thanks for joining me. It was just a quickie. See you all later. Bye for now. Bye.